Hey everybody, how's it going? Superfiend here, and welcome back to Planet Coaster Whacky World. So we have kind of got all of this decorated over here, and this episode is, well, at my work we call it a punt. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kind of filling in the scenery over here. I know a couple episodes ago I mentioned that I might just do it off camera and then summarize what I did because it may not be that interesting. But I think we're going to do that this episode. If we have time, we're going to go ahead and fill in just a little bit more scenery over here. I think we could do with like some extra statues or something and maybe throw some rocks into the ground here. And also, if we have time, maybe I'll fix this this hard stop over here with that vegetation, because that just really, you can't really see it so much, but it really grinds my gears that it just kind of like ends that way. And whoa, crazy camera. We've also got these notifications in here. People are very upset. And many objects are vandalized. So let's just go see what's going on over here in Whacky World proper. It looks like maybe we've lost our mechanic, and some very disgruntled guests have gone through here and they've smashed everything. They've destroyed it all. So let's look at our staff real quick. It's kind of funny. Is there a mechanic? There is a mechanic. What's he doing? What are you doing, buddy? Where are you? Okay, you're fixing the ride. Are you just not going to fix anything? What is going on here? Is this like... He's supposed to fix stuff, right? Let's watch this guy for a minute and just see what in the world is he doing. I don't know what this guy's doing. Yes, there's stuff everywhere. You don't feel like fixing any of it, though, today, huh? That's just not your job. His workload is low. Okay, vandalisms. Yes, that's part of what he does. Are these things not included in the work roster? Did I like add them later? Let's maybe that's the problem. So let's go to the work roster and let's edit this one. Let's just add everything back in here. Okay. Well, okay. Cancel that. I take it back. 5 rides, 4 shops, 2 other. Okay, so we got 3, 2, and 6. Does it change? No, absolutely not. So, what's the deal here? Okay, save the work roster. 5, 4, and 2 other. Is this guy just like bugged out? He's not going to do anything? Let's drop another mechanic over here. Let's see if this guy will do it. Let's see. Okay, all you don't do anything but vandalisms. Do you care about any of this stuff? This has got to be a bug, okay, at this point. Where's he going? Okay, good. We got a guy that cares. He's going to start fixing stuff. That's that's very interesting. Let's give it some time and see if he gets all that repaired. Maybe if we remember, we'll check back at the end of the episode and see if he's just doing what he's supposed to. And as long as we're over here looking at this stuff, let's look at the attractions and shops. Okay, everything is aging. This is a good time to go through and rebrand everything. What is this? The Whirly Rig. Okay, got that one done. Let's go ahead and get Little Arrow. And let's get Carousel. I feel like we did this just not that long ago. At least with the Carousel. And we got plenty of money. We got $500,000 here that we just don't know what to do with. And let's look at the shops. Okay, somebody else has quit. So let's open that back up. Something happened with somewhere in the updates or something. Everything got all screwed up. None of these people are happy. What do we got to do to make this guy happy? Who is this? Who's Uncle Matt? You're the hat guy? Okay, the reason he's unhappy is because he's been sitting in here for like 6 months with the doors shut, and he has no way to get in or out. So I could see how he'd be a little unhappy. Let's just change his pay to 160, and let's train him. He's got a low workload, but maybe people will go over and start buying stuff in a minute. And Everything else is okay. Everything else, yes, yes. Okay, all of these rides that are closed are supposed to be closed, right? I think so. And we got a few rides that are testing. That's fine. All is well. And let's see, what else do we got to do? Is there anything else we can do over here? Anything else that's important? It's been so long since we've gone over here. It's, you know, I could just click this button and fix all that stuff instantly, but I want to make this guy work, okay? If we're going to pay him the money to be in here doing stuff, let's make him work for it. And it's this guy. Let's go ahead and give him 310 per month, and we'll assign him to the front park also. Now, maybe if we assign him to the front park, maybe he'll stop fixing stuff. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe somehow these benches and things are not part of the front park work roster. But he's still working on this one. Let's see if he goes to another one after this. Okay, let's just see what he does. All right, so I have no idea what's going on with this other mechanic up here. This guy. What is he doing? He's just ignoring everything. Very weird. Gotta be a bug. Gotta be a bug. We got our marketing campaign. No more research. And let's look at the guests. Let's just see what they're saying. What are they unhappy about? Lots of damaged things and the litter because of the trash cans. So as soon as that guy gets everything fixed, we'll be fine. And they're so angry about it that they have to mention it twice. There are lots of things damaged around here, and there are lots of things damaged around here. And let's see, there are 3 times there are lots of things damaged around here. Okay, so we can go back over here and check this out. I made something off camera. It is an official entrance to the pirate area. Look how cool that looks. We got some towers, and we got this nice garrison building and some more towers. We got flags and bells, cannons, lots of lights. It looks really pretty. And I don't want you to feel like you missed out on anything. This is actually going to be an episode that I'm going to upload sometime this week. It's going to be a time lapse, and so you'll get to see about 2 hours of gameplay condensed down into 30 or 35 minutes with some commentary. I'm just working out the soundtrack right now. I gotta be real careful with soundtrack for my videos. I don't want to work real hard to get a video uploaded with a nice soundtrack and then like later get some silly copyright takedown notice. And I know that YouTube has a free audio library for content creators, but I've heard horror stories where people use the tracks in there, and then later on down the road, the artist, for whatever reason, gets signed or the music is no longer freely available, and then they get hit with a copyright notice on an audio track that they should have been able to use or that they were able to use when they first made their video. So I just got to go find some a nice, decent soundtrack, ambient music service. I'm already looking at one, and as soon as I get that sorted out and build a nice track, I'll get this video uploaded and you can enjoy it. So, but doesn't that look pretty cool, huh? I like the way that turned out. And let's just go fly over here and look at it from this side. And as you walk into the park, let's see here. All right, as you walk in, you get this nice viewpoint, and you get the temple and skulls. I almost think like the temple needs to be a little bit, or not the temple, the pyramid. It almost needs to be like higher off the ground, because you can't see it with these trees here. And I don't want to get rid of the trees, because I do want the tall trees to cover up the ugliness of this, the perimeter of this building. But you just can't see it from over here when you walk in. And I kind of want it to be visible. So if we were to lift it up just a little bit, then I think that would be good. I think that would work. So that might be something that I go back and visit another time. So having wasted, 10 minutes on all that? It's about 10 minutes. Let's go over here and work on what I said we were going to work on. And let's try to get it done quickly. Now, I want to fix this, and the only way I can really think of to clean this up and make it look better, more palpable to my sense of taste, is to flatten the terrain. We're going to flatten the terrain back around the corner. Okay? And we'll just cruise back this way. That way you can't see what's going on back here. That might have been too much. Let's go ahead and, nope, pull. Okay, that, you know, bring it around the corner like that. And we can leave that little jagged bit in there. That's okay. And then over here, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pull, and we're going to bend this thing around the corner, right? So it looks like it goes around the corner. And then to hide the ugliness back there, the hard edge of the map, we'll just lift this up. And the only place they'll be able to see this, I think, is going to be from the top of the hidden temple right before the drop. They may be able to look over here, and so maybe we'll modify the terrain over there a little bit to cover this up. But we're going to go ahead and just keep doing this a little bit, and we'll get the roughen tool and make the brush size bigger and probably lower the intensity. We'll just deform this. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, and of course, in doing this, it repaints it with the grass. So let's go ahead and we'll just get some rock over it. Okay, and we'll decrease the brush size because I don't want to affect the jungle stuff. Okay. And then we'll go over to this one, 10%, larger brush, and just very quickly hit this thing in spots, and then we'll get the grass outside here, increase the brush size, and we'll just kind of blend it into the ground a little bit so it's not so ugly when we get on the backside here and look at it. But we don't really need to make it look that spectacular back here because nobody can see it. I mean, look at this ugly, look at this horrible craftsmanship right there. Okay, so and then let's fly in here real quick and make sure that, you know, somehow, some way this didn't get all screwed up when we did that. It kind of did. So, not the paths. Let's get the terrain tool and push small, teeny weeny brush. And we'll just push out a little bit. And let's see. Whoa. We'll fly out here. Okay. Still looks good. And I actually kind of like it. And let's just see. Okay. That was interesting. Let's just see what it looks like up here for these guys. Okay. You're really only up here for a split second. So you really don't even like have time to look, but oh god. I don't think I can leave it. I don't think I can leave it. We gotta make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's do it from over here, right? So this will be interesting. The other thing we could do is, you know, we could just okay, now the camera got stuck. We could, let's see, just like, ooh, okay, this could work. Could just block the view right here. What would that look like? Okay, let's try this. Let's make another Sigourney Weaver alien thing. Okay. And so now they can't even see, right? You can't even see as you go over that. How stupid does it look from this side? Not that stupid. Okay, let's see. You know, not that bad, actually. I was expecting it to look worse. I kind of like it. I do. I kind of like that. Let's see. Let's just, ooh. Okay, let's get rid of this. Push, low percentage. Boop. Okay, so let's just see. You know, did it get all goofed up in here now by doing that? And the answer is no, we're okay. So we can fly out, and from up here, I almost kind of want to push this stuff away though. Let's see. Small brush, higher intensity. From up here, I think it would be nice you know, if you could, if the people on this ride could kind of look out. Okay, so we want to push down, push down, push down, push down. Okay, and kind of getting some misfires here, so let's see. And I know I said I wasn't going to like devote any more screen time to the hidden temple, and technically I'm not working on the hidden temple. That's how I'm going to get around that. Okay, so now let's see, what do we got? How does this look from down here? Technically, I'm working on this area, okay? Even though the work was up there, I'm technically working on that stuff right over there. So from down here, you know, I think it looks pretty good. And I kind of like this here. They come up, and they can kind of turn their heads and see some other stuff. And their view is blocked from the ugly mess that is that over there. Because that is what we are working on this episode. Don't forget. Okay. And it's too big of a paintbrush. Okay, so we need to get our nice rock texture on all this again. Okay, slow camera, slow camera. And let's get in here. Okay, get up in there. And then lower the intensity, 10%. Just kind of paint over the top of this real quick. And we'll hit this area here. And just a wee bit inside of here. That looks really good. Why is the camera not moving backwards? There we go. Okay. I like that. I think that covers up the nastiness of this thing over here. Let's just take one more quick look just to make sure. Yep, can't see anything. And then from over here, what's it look like? Okay, see, now over here, it just looks like... Okay, so what we need to do to be able to see it is we need to edit this building, and we need to push this bush out of the way and move it over here. And we kind of do, you know. Let's make a nice little viewpoint over there. And maybe we could put like the little rowboat or something in there, and we'll lift this. We'll lift that palm up. Okay, and let's see. So now as the guests come around here, I mean, look at this. You got this cool view, right? And it just looks like the river goes around the corner here, and you don't know what's over here. You know, the guests don't get to see. Nobody gets to see that over here. And then from the monorail, how's it look when we're going to be riding the monorail? We come this way. Choo choo, and you really only briefly for a second right here can kind of get a glimpse, but not really. So perfect. I really like that. That fixes that ugly mess, right? And I think we can go ahead. I think we can leave these rocks the way they are. I think that'll be good. And I still have this silly dream in my head that this Stingray coaster will come out of here and go like into the ground and come out of the lagoon. And so where exactly would it go into the ground? Maybe like right here. I don't know for certain. Or it could like come out and do like a really steep dive and just drop in right here. That could be cool. We'll figure that out when we get to it. I have some neat ideas for this. I think about them when I'm in the shower or on the toilet or driving or taking care of my kids or, you know, when I'm supposed to be doing other stuff. And we're going to come back and we're going to make this thing look really cool when we finally get around to it. And let's hop in here now and let's decorate this queue. We are at what, 69%. And I kind of want this to be like a jungle walkway, right? And I think what we need to do to make it more interesting is we need to get rid of this queue first. Okay, doink, 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 yoink, 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 yoink. Get rid of all that. And I just want to play with the terrain a little bit. You know, do a little bit of sculpting here. So let's see. We're using like a 4-meter path. Okay, so like so I just kind of want to lift it up a little bit. you know. And let's see, flatten the foundation. That's too big. Well, 4 meter, I guess, is okay. So let's kind of like... Okay, so we'll kind of do this, right? This is kind of where we think the path will go. And then we'll get the smooth tool. And then we'll just kind of smooth it out over here. Okay. And we'll smooth it out over here. This should enable us to connect it to the path and get a nice gentle slope on it. And let's see. Let's push it down just a tiny bit in the middle here, so it's kind of got a bump. And then let's smooth that too. And I don't know exactly like what effect that's going to have. Now let's go ahead and try the path again. I guess we're using the black asphalt, so let's see. And I kind of like that because it just kind of, when we go in and add some more brush and shrubs in here, it just kind of gives the illusion that they're really walking, you know, through like a rough hidden area. You know, like they're hiking, like they're going on a hike to get to their destination. In a practical sense, you wouldn't do this because Grandma would probably trip, and it's a lawsuit. It's a huge liability. But Grandma's not going on this ride, so we're okay to do this. Let's get a, which one is it? The framework. Okay, and even though they're hiking, and even though it's kind of like a hidden destination, somebody has been kind enough to still go and put a tent. And I get the feeling that it's floating, so let's knock it down. Okay, and... let's see, are we going to be able to fit any others on here nicely? No, and they're going to have to be separate building pieces. And let's see, let's, okay, where could we put this? Let's kind of maybe turn it like this, and then, okay. And then this one can kind of go on this side. No, I don't like that. And I don't like that one exactly, so what we're going to do is we're going to select it, and we're going to split it from the building so that we can move the building around and just position it a little bit better. And maybe give it a little bit of a rotation. I've got the angle snap off right now. Okay, so that's kind of cool, kind of like that. And then we got this one over here. And then let's go ahead, let's duplicate this, and let's see, where's our tall tree? So now I kind of want to like wedge some of this stuff up in here. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and turn the testing on this thing, and no music. Okay, good. Really loud, though. All right. And what we want to do now is I want to just start playing with these trees, get them out of the path, get them off the ride, basically. And let's see. Okay, so we'll put a banana palm there. Is that what that is? Yeah. And we'll go ahead and slide this guy this way. Let's go ahead and see if we can turn it. About as good as that's going to get. Okay, and let's get this. Go ahead and move this one this way. There we go. Some of these are going to inevitably be poking through the queue, but that's fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. This one, let's see, can we get it closer if we turn it this way, maybe? Not much, though, right? Didn't really seem to help too much. Let's lift it up off the ground. Okay, so a little bit further from the path. And this one we need to move. Okay, good grief, that Rocktopus is really loud. And there it goes again. And let's see, does it make sense to have like a bush in here underneath this thing? I don't know that it does, but we're gonna put one there anyways. And let's see, I'm gonna slide this over just a little bit because I want to get this rope off the path. And let's see, okay. Alright, I guess that's a good compromise. And this this building, we got this tree. And let's try to see if we can turn this so that the branches are not intersecting so much with the wooden post there. Okay. And we get some more banana palms. And the ground is flat over here, so I think we'll just do a regular move with them. And then this guy here. So what we want to do, let's see, I think this kind of fits nicely in the corner like that. Nope. And let's drop it down a little. Okay. And let's duplicate. See if we can, okay, this is going to be kind of hard to get in here. Yeah, okay. All right. And let's see. Okay, so we'll get that one there. And we'll slide this one back a little bit. The control key is coming in handy with moving these things around. Okay, so... yeah, okay. So on the ground, it's really hard to tell this close in here. Okay, and let's see, how can we turn this guy? Actually, let's leave a little bit of space in here. Because what we'll do is we'll add some of those other bushes that have the extra color to them. It's the red leafy bush, and there's another one that I like to use. Okay. And let's see, we'll just, you know what, we'll just delete that. And then we'll duplicate this one. Get it right there. Let's see, and then this one. Can we rotate that cleanly? Okay. And let's just delete that, right? Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's see what it looks like when we cruise through here so far. Okay, yeah, look at this. This is cool. You feel like you're walking through the jungle here. A little bit bumpy. Keep Grandpa on his toes. And let's get some tiki torches, I think. So are they in the scenery, props, lights? Where is our standing torches? Okay, we want these. And we want to switch to nighttime. So we can get a real good idea what are these going to look like as we put them down. And, you know, the other thing we could do too, okay, let's backpedal a second. Where are the... I think they're fairy tale pieces. Okay, they're in the building. Okay, we got these are kind of tall, right? So one thing we could try doing, we could think about, this might be cool. This one's a little too tall, so we're going to sink it down. Is to put these, because they help to reinforce the stone architecture of the overall area. And, okay. Get out of here. And then now let's go get our... Ooh, we got bamboo torches. Okay. Alright, does this work? Does putting a bamboo torch in here work? Kind of like the bamboo, but they don't light it up very much, do they? This kind of lights it up more. And does this work? Does, like, having these way up here... Okay, let's think about that for a second. Does that work? That one's kind of falling down. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to delete and hit X and then get our standing torch. Okay, and do that. Hit X, standing torch. Okay, it's because this thing's not perfectly flat. Okay, ooh. Alright, how does that look? I mean, do we like that? Does that look good? And that is the Rocktopus, so is there a sign for Rocktopus? Pretty sure there is. And what does this sign look like? I don't know about this. Okay, let's say that we let's say that we put the sign in here, right? What would it end up looking like? Let's kind of turn it this way. Yeah, I don't know about this. So if we put the Rocktopus sign like right here, maybe we need to come out towards us just a little bit. Okay, what do we think about that? Are there any other Rocktopus scenery? Rocktopus signs. Falling rocks. No. Okay, so this is it, huh? This is what we get. Gosh, I don't know if I'm that excited about that. What other signs do we get? Because I do eventually want to have signs that like advertise the rides, right? Ride signs. What do we got here? We got the 360, the Forge, Genie, Hammer Swing. Now that's it. That's what we get, the Rocktopus. We can't color it. We can't do anything else with it. We could always make a sign with the billboards, and so maybe that's what we'll end up doing. Maybe we'll end up doing that. But for right now, let's go ahead and keep this ugly Rocktopus sign, so that we do remember what we intended to do later on in the series. Okay, is this... Okay, it's really hard to tell, but the Rocktopus is part of this building. Let's get it centered in the path, and we need wood columns. And not the pillar, not that pillar. I guess the 4-meter pillar. And let's get our angle snap. And so what we'll do is we'll just kind of build a frame for this thing to be part of. Okay. And, oops, we want to go... Oh, I don't know, up to about there, maybe? Now we want to get both of these. We want to duplicate them. Okay, that's really weird. I duplicated them and they're like off-center. That I don't understand. I don't understand why that happened. I guess they need to come this way just a little bit. Alright. And let's see. Why did I start testing with this? So that we could see if it was going to crash into any of the bushes. This thing is obnoxiously loud. Okay, let's turn that off. I normally have my my headphone volume a little bit lower when I play this, and right now it's just a little bit louder than I'm used to, and that thing is so freaking loud. Okay. Now let's go ahead, let's duplicate it again, and we'll rotate. And yes, let's go to world axes and just kind of drop it straight down. Okay, and I think that'll work. And then relative, wrong arrow, red arrow, and that'll get us over here to this side. And it drops into the ground, right? Okay, good. And what else do we need here? Okay, where's that little 2 meter piece? Well, we get this 1 meter also. All right, so we're gonna build a little brace there. And move it across. And that is 1 meter. And now we're going to go ahead and add it about here. And we need to... Yeah, those aren't good. Okay, we need to go down and up. Okay, and then duplicate that. And we'll just do it over here. And down and up. And a little bit in this way. I goofed the whole thing up. Okay. Down and up. And a little bit this way. A little bit down and hit the checkbox. Okay. So how does that look, right? I guess that looks okay. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to come back at some other time and maybe get a better picture of the Rocktopus, because I don't think it's going to be called the Rocktopus when we actually open it. If you got a name suggestion, leave it in the comments. I'm all for that. And maybe what we'll do is we'll take like a nice picture of it, and I'll run it through an art filter in a paint shop like program or something, and then we'll put the billboard up here and with the nice with the good name with some nice lettering, and that'll look cool. And let's see. I also, before we forget, I want to get a little bit more lighting in here. So let's go ahead and let's duplicate this piece. And where can we put them? Right? Where are we not going to start a fire? Is basically what it boils down to. And I think we can kind of set one in here. Okay, and then we'll have to, I guess we'll have to sink this down and move it back. Or maybe we'll just have to delete that one altogether. Yeah. And let's see, let's get these again and duplicate. And let's see. You know, I think sliding it right over in here would be good. And then we'll just adjust the foliage as necessary. Look at me. I am an English-speaking expert, using the correct words and everything. And okay, so now let's go back over here to the scenery. And you know what we're missing? We're missing some rocks. That's what we're missing. And so we'll just go ahead and let's see. I think we're going to get the angle snap turned off. So we'll just drop that like right here and drop another one here, and that's too big. Kind of too big. Okay, kind of like this one. And one of these should be smaller, much smaller. There you go. Kind of like that. And let's go ahead and get some rocks over here. Been so focused on the foliage that I've been neglecting the rocks completely. Get a little rock in here. Let's see. All right, let's do this. That is kind of a weird placement, but I'm okay with it. Let's drop this down a little bit and pull it back, and that'll help that rock become visible. Okay. And let's see, can we squeeze some sort of not so giant rock in here? Actually, you know what? I think we're going to use this one. Kind of like it. And we'll just make it a little bit smaller, maybe. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's helping to break up the monotony of the bushes. And these tropical, here's a nice tiny one. There, let's see. Let's kind of wedge this in, and then we'll get another one here, and we'll sink this down, and then we'll get this nice flat one that I like to use. And then we'll throw in just a little bit of the alpine rocks for some variation. The rock skull is not going to work in here. Let's see, what about this little guy? Can you get this in here? Let's turn it sideways a little bit more. And lift. And we're actually going to be able to see these better if we switch it to daytime, so we get a better feel of what they're going to look like. And let's just get one more tropical rock in here. Just kind of get it like right like that. And what is this? Deciduous. And if we just sink this one down, and we'll drop this bush. Now we'll move it this way just a little bit, and that will take the bush out of the rock. And let's go ahead, let's do some painting. Want to get the nice bushy grass, or the leafy grass here for the jungle floor. Yeah, look at that. Okay. And we'll kind of go up to here. And we'll just fill this in. And then, as the final act of decoration for this episode, let's get a few more of the bushes. And we're going to use my favorites, the red leafy bush and the red floral bush. So we're going to get some color in here. So we'll just drop that there. And we'll add a red leafy bush. Fits nicely right there. And I think we'll get another one over here. I don't think we have any room in here for any of them. So we're going to drop down to the smaller bush. Okay, now can we select it? Yes. Let's grab another one and fly low. And let's see, where can we squeeze this in? I think we can get it in here. Okay, so we're going to have to sink it down. And can we squeeze one in here anywhere? Kind of think we can get one in here, huh? Kind of do. Nope. Nope. Okay, so maybe like right here. And right there. And then just right in front. Just drop in these little guys. Okay. And look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Let's make these... Let's make these white. There, they really kind of stand out. And if we had a cool looking sign here for this with the billboard, that'd look really cool, wouldn't it? So this is actually looking really neat. And I almost think like we need some sort of like wood structure built out of planks over here. But I don't know. And let's just switch it to nighttime. See what it looks like as they cruise through here. So we got our Rocktopus. We got some cool sounds. I don't know where they're coming from. And we cruise in here. Feel like we're hiking through the woods. And we get to our destination. And we ride the Rocktopus. And then we get off. So we got to decorate this over here and make this look nice. And then when you get out over here, you got this nice view in both directions. This is really coming together. Really happy with the way the park is looking. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the next one and have yourself a great afternoon.